adventures of Dale and Jerry. Morning, gang.
Good morning, Jeff. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Allergies still a little bit out there, but that'll happen. What have you guys been up to lately?
Oh, what have we been up to?
What have we been up to? We've been doing some chores at home.
Wait a second. Oh, no, stop right there. We have been doing chores at home?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been a shared
painting
50 kind of thing?
Yeah. Well, about 50-50.
Okay. Yeah.
About, kind of, sort of.
75-25. No, he does all the heavy lifting.
I'm Mule.
There you go.
I'm Mule.
No, yeah, and we have when you work 5 days a week and you have activities on Saturday and Sunday, you don't get a whole lot of stuff done. So we did that, and I kind of wore him out, and so we took a couple days off and drove to the beach on Sunday and let the dogs play in the sand.
Yeah.
They love it, and so it took a time out there. But then this week it's back to trying to get back into understanding what's happening in town, because last week we were doing chores, and so I attended a Habitat meeting this week again for the fundraising part, and it appears that we're going to have another block party this time in Belfair.
Oh.
I don't believe we have a firm date yet, but you should be hearing a little bit more about that, and it's kind of a repeat of what we did here in Shelton.
I'd say repeat everything but the temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 10 degrees cooler or something.
10 degrees would be perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the concern for Belfair, of course, is getting in and out of their location.
With the highways the way they are.
But then Jeremy said this morning on air that they were going to have a ribbon cutting soon for the Highway 3, so I would think that a lot of this stuff the work has been done, and hopefully it's easier to go across the traffic. So. And
while we're on that topic of North Mason, the Chamber of Commerce is having their business after hours tomorrow night.
Okay, where's it at?
At St. Andrew's House out in Union, which is adjacent to Harmony Hill.
Yeah.
And is another retreat type place, and really a very cool home to see. And then what they do out there is just phenomenal. Sure. So from 5 till 7, and if anybody is so inclined, they can certainly come on out and enjoy some hors d'oeuvres and meet and greet, and should be a lot of fun.
Cool.
Yeah, for sure. And then the other thing that I did yesterday, I attended the PUD 3 meeting where the commission voted for the fiberhood.
I love that
proposal.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun name.
Yeah, and that, for those who don't know about that, there's so many locations within Mason County that do not have fiber.
Right.
And people and the cottage industries and whatnot are clamoring for the service and are willing to pay for it. The commission's concern, of course, is blanketing the cost over all of the PUD users, even those who don't want it or can't afford it. And so they've found a solution to that where, in different areas, that's where the hood comes in. You buy into that neighborhood. The caution is, as everybody is clamoring and wanting these fiber networks and the internet, high-speed internet in their areas, it's not going to happen overnight.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, you go through the collection of monies and the priorities of who's first. But areas like Harstein Island have been trying for so long to get decent internet service. Cushman, another one. There's one gentleman that I met at the meeting that's very active in that. But Cushman has nothing. And in some of the areas, they're identifying where CenturyLink, who offered the telephone, don't use that anymore, it's the cell phones, but also the only internet service, which in essence, in some cases, one of the ladies that testified said she was told that maybe she should log off and try dial-up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's
pretty slow.
Pretty poor, yeah.
Right, and we don't realize what an asset this could be for the county in economic development.
Sure.
Because of so many people telecommuting. And certainly when Lynn Long and the EDC exec had the roundtables in that one for technology, we heard that loud and clear that, wait a minute, I need that for my business. I cannot send a large file to my customer
Right.
or client or whatever. And certainly we see Kitsap County going bananas with trying to get fiber, especially into new developments and whatnot, for that specific reason. It improves the value of your property and the resale value. And plus, then it gives you access to all the tools. As one of the ladies from Harsing Island said, I'd like to be reconnected to the world.
Well, yeah, people are desiring to get to the new norm, the normal, which is high-speed internet. Everybody expects it and wants it and anticipates it.
Or you can get it on your phone.
Yes,
but you can't get it in your house.
She asked me that just a few days ago. Well, you can. How come you can do that on your phone and we can't get a signal here where we're at? No Wi-Fi.
And you don't want to. You don't want all your computers using your phone as the internet service, because then your data rates.
Right. Absolutely. And all the appliances that you buy now, the refrigerator where you can check out what's in the refrigerator, all of those gimmicks are not usable in Mason County. And so, in most of Mason County, I should say. Some of the criticisms was, well, I see fiber on the pole. Why isn't it down here at my house? And there's two issues. The fiber provider, being PUD and or another one, may get it to the curb. It's your responsibility to get it to your house. And if you have a long driveway, that could get to be pretty spendy.
And there are some pretty long drives along this in this county.
Yes.
There is. There is. And so it's an interesting dynamic. It's certainly a demand from the public and a necessity.
It really has become just like
a utility.
Food and water and power and electricity and internet.
It's an expectation now.
Well,
it really is.
Well, some of you, they used to refer to electricity and that being like a luxury, and you kind of go, it's not. It's, it became a necessity as soon as you got it to the houses and to enough of the houses. And this is kind of fits in that definition of utility.
Yeah, it really has become a utility.
Right.
Folks will see it slow down on some internet websites today, so maybe even slower today in certain aspects of Mason County. It's a net neutrality awareness day or something. Major internet sites, Amazon and HuffPo and Reddit, these kind of things, they're slowing the traffic or putting big blocks on their sites today, showing the net neutrality part. I know that's different from the speed necessity, but people could understand better.
Yes.
Some of the blocking, the blockages. Woof.
Yeah, and the other thing I did attend was I attended the portion of the briefings for the budget.
Oh, for the county? You were able to find a seat in there?
Oh, my goodness. My goodness. It's with mixed emotion that when I see all of the sheriff's deputies and personnel in the room, I'm kind of going, from my manufacturing days, it was time is money and people resources are very costly. And so you kind of say, how many people are in the room? There was a time when Andy Grove at Intel said, if you have more than, and I want to say 8 people attending a meeting, you have to get approval for that meeting because of the cost of that meeting.
Oh, sure.
And that was one of their downswings, but it's a very subtle thing that results in extreme cost. And what's the overall benefit? So, public safety has got to be number one, and that's got to be a number one focus for the commission. There's a balancing act that has to happen, and it's not all one. It's got to be working together, not adversely. And I don't know how we get there from where we are right this moment.
It could be
a long stretch. Yeah. Who's on tap for Music in the Park tomorrow evening?
All right. So tomorrow night, you'll like this. Just fresh off the heels of a stint at the Lacey South Sound Barbecue Festival.
Okay.
Hurts Like Hell Band.
Oh, yeah. My old friends at the Hurts Like Hell Band.
The other one that
Can we say that?
Yeah.
Which one? Old friends?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say that. The other one that I do want to mention, since you're here, July 20 is next weekend.
Yes.
Next Thursday is the Varmints for Music in the Park.
Huge draw there.
So here it is. Thursday, July 20 also is the Bite of Shelton, the Business Expo in downtown Shelton.
Downtown,
from 11 to 6. from 6 to 8, you guys are invited to a party in your honor.
We should show up then.
You definitely should show up. That's what we're telling you earlier.
Okay.
The Hamwood Am will be
A
there
nice kind of retirement celebration of the time here and all the time that you've spent working.
Oh, my
so
word.
We'll have a lot of people in from corporate. It's going to be a nice time because the bite will just be wrapping up at 6, so people can come by the station on their way to see the varmints at Music in the Park.
Yeah. Please.
So we'll have a nice
you
little
have
party.
the whole day planned for.
What time does Music in the Park start? At
Well, it
7?
starts at 7.
Okay, so there's an hour lag
So there's
there.
an hour.
That'd be
We'll
awesome.
around for a few hours.
So, yeah, and we're going to, my understanding is out in the parking lot?
It'll be out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
So I got to clean that up a little bit. But regardless.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah.
So everybody's invited to this as well.
Everybody that's with that
Everybody's
can hear your voice.
In the range of the radio.
So
Oh, my
Bonnie
word.
and Jerry, that means you guys can come down.
Everybody
and
can
we
come
can
on down.
actually find each other at a time when we're all free.
So we'll, we'll have nice chats and we'll, I'm sure, make some announcements and
Roasting.
we can roast you if you want.
Yeah, well,
But regardless.
you might be careful for what you wish.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
Yeah.
That's a week from tomorrow.
You may
Okay.
learn some things about yourself.
Anything else, Dale?
No, just another quick reminder for folks to not forget the Shelton Kiwanis Pancakes in the Park coming up on the 30th of July. Another event that the Adventures of Dale and Jerry will be attending.
That will be. You guys get there right at 7, or are you? waiting around?
No. But we do get there pretty early, but usually between 8 and 9.
Goes from 7 to 1. It's at Neyland Park. 68 years they've been doing this.
Yeah, it's tremendous.
Yeah.
Tremendous event here in the community. And Neyland Park has become quite the focal point here as of late.
Oh
So
yeah, lots of events.
lots of things going on
relay
there,
was a
which is
great
where the
event.
Music in the Park is now. And so, and the relay was there this year. So very proud of our community and all the support they show for these sorts of events.
Very cool.
Right.